What made Amy and Sheldon's kinkiest moment such an awkward experience for the actors? How did Kaley Cuoco's freak horse riding accident affect the show? And why did Wil Wheaton's controversial Spock moment cause so much hilarity on the set? Hi, I'm Clive, and you're watching Awesome Movies. An unexpected spanking. Sheldon Cooper isn't the biggest fan of getting physical, which is why he didn't put out until the 10th season.
All my life, I have been uncomfortable with the sort of physical contact that comes easily to others. Handshaking, hugging, prostate exams.
But you wouldn't think that if your only experience with the character was watching him smack Amy's butt in the fish guts displacement episode back in season 6. After learning that Amy lied about being sick so he'd give her some cheeky affection, Sheldon punishes his girlfriend by putting her over his knee and going to town on her booty.
Oh my.
That's some pretty convincing tapping right there, but it wasn't supposed to play out that way in the original script. According to Jim Parsons, the spanking was supposed to take place off-screen. Furthermore, the scene was supposed to cut to a monkey right before Sheldon's hand reached Amy's derriere, which could have been a funny visual gag in its own right. But one thing led to another, and, well, you all saw what happened. However, the scene could have been less intense if the performers knew what was coming and had time to prepare for it accordingly.
Yes, because I thought, well, damn it, I would have practiced how to control myself if I'd have known all week. But all week I was slapping that ass off camera.
The situation certainly took Jim by surprise, but Maya Bialik didn't seem to mind. At least that's what her esteemed co-star believes anyway.
You have no idea how game this one is for crap like that. I'm not kidding.
Jim also recalled how they had to do several takes, and that took its physical toll on Amy.
There was some redness.
Bazinga! Amy wasn't the only character who got to have some unexpected fun either. Her friend Bernadette got to bring some original flavor to the proceedings too. Why Bernadette changed her voice. Dating Howard Wolowitz would change most people in significant ways, so that could explain why Bernadette's voice became more high-pitched over time.
We're very different people, Howard, so communication's a little tricky.
However, the real reason why Bernadette's voice changed as the show progressed was so that she could inject more personality into the character. While the Big Bang Theory stars didn't get to go off script too often, the creators were more than happy to let Melissa Rauch mine a real-life inspiration for her character.
Bernadette's voice is very similar to my mother's, except without the Jersey accent.
Bernadette's original voice is quite different to Melissa's as well, which has caused some of the most die-hard Big Bang Theory fans to mistake her for a look-alike throughout the years.
Yeah, I think like sometimes I'll get recognized and then they'll hear my voice and be like, oh, that's not you. That's not you.
Melissa's time on the show is a prime example of the actors being afforded some input over their roles. But there was one unforeseen incident involving a certain cast member that forced changes to the story in a different way.
Stick it where the sun don't shine.
Still, at least it led to some hilarious television in the process. Kaley Cuoco's injury. Kaley Cuoco is an avid horse rider in her spare time, and that gave the Big Bang Theory creators some major headaches back in the day.
Migraines?
Getting one.
You probably remember how Penny missed the Irish pub formulation episode back in season 4. When she eventually returned, she had given up waitressing at the Cheesecake Factory and became its bartender instead.
You know, sometimes stuff just happens and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's because Kaley fell off her horse and broke her leg before the season got underway, and the writers had to think fast. Basically, Penny became a bartender so they could hide her injury behind the bar itself.
They're just gonna be hiding me, kind of like when you're pregnant. So I thought, this is great. I can eat whatever I want. Become the size of Texas, no one will know. Because they're gonna have me a bartender now, so like everything will be up to here.
Kaley's leg break proved to be the show's gain. While there's a case to be made that she made a fool of herself when she fell off her horse, the show's creative response led to some hilarious great moments involving Sheldon and alcohol.
To drinking. Nope.
Kaley made a speedy recovery, and her painful mishap didn't interfere with the writers' plans too much.
Thank you, Jesus!
And that wasn't the only embarrassing moment that led to some awesome character development. You'll also be pleased to know that the next story relates to memory loss as opposed to an actor getting seriously hurt. So brace yourself for some feel-good fun. Stuart's heart-wrenching confession. Remember when Stuart was a sexy, smooth-talking, and hella confident fella who Penny briefly developed the hots for?
What would you recommend as a present for a 13-year-old boy?
13-year-old girl.
It's easy to forget that moment, since Stuart went on to become one of the loneliest and most cringeworthy characters in the show.
I'm fun. I'm not clinically depressed at all.
And we have Kevin Sussman to thank for the comic book store owner's transition from Lothario to lovelorn nerd. There's a scene in the guitarist amplification episode where Penny comes into his store and they have a brief exchange. When Penny walks away, Stuart mumbles his true romantic feelings for the love of his life, creating one of the character's most memorable moments as a result.
Sheldon told me you and Leonard are having a fight.
Oh, yeah, kind of. It's no big thing.
Oh, good. I love you.
Kevin's hilarious delivery of the line seems scripted, right? Well, it turns out that he uttered it by accident after believing it was in the script. Furthermore, the actor revealed that his mistake actually led to him becoming a mainstay over the next 11 seasons. Usually, there is very little ad-lib or improv in that show, Sussman explained. But the writers laughed a lot, and after that moment, they started having me back, and I noticed that they started having the character of Stuart sort of regress.
Is makeup really necessary?
It seems that the Big Bang Theory creators enjoyed improvisation of the self-deprecating variety, and that brings us to one of the greatest Dr. Spock cosplays in the history of television. Wil Wheaton's big moment. Star Wars fans don't always get along with Trekkies, and Wil Wheaton understands that better than anyone. So much so that the beloved Star Trek The Next Generation star decided to poke fun at the rivalry in the Big Bang Theory. In the Season 9 episode, The Opening Night Excitation, he enters the theater wearing a Star Trek uniform, and it causes more drama than anything that could possibly go down in the galaxy far, far away.
What is everyone booing at? Hey guys, what's up?
According to Wheaton, the costume decision was a complete improvisation on his part. In fact, only a handful of writers knew about it before the camera rolled, so the stunned reactions on the faces of Leonard, Raj, and Howard were genuine. Wheaton told The Express that his antics made the entire cast and crew almost poop themselves with laughter. And he's proud of the impact he made that day. When you can kill the crew on a sitcom, it feels really, really, really good. It's like hitting a home run. That being said, Wil may have upset a Star Wars fan in the crowd.
Star Trek stinks! Yeah, live long and suck it!
It goes without saying that Wil certainly didn't do much to bring more peace between the warring factions.
They get all cranky when you mix the two up.
What's the difference?
There's absolutely no difference.
Of course, that's irrelevant when it comes to creating comedic moments that transcend franchise barriers. But now, it's time to hear from you. Do you approve of Wil Wheaton's controversial stunt? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the show's hidden details, be sure to check out our video on the grand finale.